Hi, I'm Mike Farrelly from Farrelly Photos, major sponsor of the Auckland Rugby League Women in Leagues competition.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the 2019 Farrelly Photos Women in League Day. We are live from Cornwall Park in central Auckland, and our first game of the day will be an under-14 girls match between the Howick Hornets and the Richmond Bulldogs. We are just a couple of minutes away from kickoff, in fact probably a few seconds away from kickoff now, and it will be Howick to get us underway and Richmond with first use of the football. Our middle referee today is Jimmy Priest, and he is assisted by Kyle Wano on the side. So getting ready to get underway now, and Howick will be kicking away from the road end to get us underway. So here we go, first game of the 2019 Farrelly Photos Women in League Day. Two matches being live streamed today, with the Premier Women's Championship match being brought to you, Glenora up against Manukau, and that one kicking off in around about an hour's time. So Richmond now working this ball forward in a nice crabbing run across, but the Howick line speed is good, and they take her to ground. They're about 10 short of halfway as it stands. Involved in the tackle that time for Howick, Miracle Poteni Herbert. Claudia Finau clears the ruck and just about held onto that one, but the ball spills loose, and we will have our first handover of the day. Now going to welcome into the commentary for the first time today, Troy Hardy. Well, Troy, a big weekend for us. We've live streamed the Mangere East versus Point Chevalier game yesterday. A brilliant game, had it all really, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely, man. It was a fantastic match, and thought Mangere East was pretty well dead and gone in the first 40, and then they just... you're going to have to help me with the halfback name, Lamoni.
Inga Lamoni, yeah,
mate.
Brilliant.
He turned it on and pulled them back from the brink, and it turned out to be a fantastic game of rugby league.
So Howick now on the spread. It comes out to the right edge, and a nice little break down that side, and that's from the 13, Casey Lotoal. Centre field they come now. This is Talenza Nelson. Nelson breaks through one. Really good carry, still driving the legs. Nelson, they're only 10 out from the line now. A minute and a half gone, and Howick with their first chance to register points in this one. Centre field it comes, and they're going to look to put on a set play down the left, but just as I say that, it breaks down, and Tiana Thompson spills the ball. So a handover each way, and now the Richmond side will play the ball here and get us back underway. Remembering these are 9-a-side games, 20 minutes each way.
Certainly showed a bit of skill there, Corey. The big block-busting run there from the second row, and got a wee bit of momentum on before they went to spread it, and just the ball didn't stick in the hand. Richmond out from the base of the scrum.
Told to go back and play it again there. Malita Tapu, the captain of this Richmond team. Nice
footwork.
break on now down the right-hand side, and a really good carry. Still going as well. Shakes out of it eventually, and then
tackle.
good covering defense. And Howick take the Richmond player into touch. It was Cleo Leilua who broke free. It was a brilliant carry, but in the end just ran out of room on the field, and Howick came across to bundle her into touch. So end-to-end stuff early on here, but both teams failing to complete a set so far. Just need to find their rhythm and settle things down a little.
Well, we've got another strong carry.
Miracle Platini Herbert at dummy half. Comes centre field and then turns
Great
back
play.
on the inside, and a nice little run around play that time. It brings Philippina Rhodes into the action. She will play the ball. They're about 30 metres out from the line now, but another dropped ball.
Good strong support down here for the under-14 girls as well for the first of the Farrelly Photos clash today.
Tapu will feed the scrum here, 30 off their own line, and Richmond will come back up to this right edge. Now there's space on here if they can get the ball out there. The Howick line very, very condensed and had all come in centre field, and once again there's a quarter of the field right now with no Howick players in it, and Richmond are going to go that way. Can they find some space? Instead they'll head back towards the middle of the park. A good strong carry. 5 short of the line now, Richmond. Back in field they come, looking to make some yardage through the heart of this Howick defence. It's a left side move now and a little bit of space on that side of the field. Ball bobbled and knocked on.
And a beautiful day for rugby league, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're in the area, please do come down and join us. This is one of 3 matches on today, and big clash coming up. Great run.
Talenza Nelson on fire. A couple of great carries to start the game. Represented the Vulcans last year. Headed down to the Waikato for the 3-game series down there. Well, series involving 3 teams, I should say. And a really strong runner of the ball. She's made a great start to this game. Here's another good carry from the 7, Philippina Rhodes. And now bringing into the action is Thompson. Thompson turns back to the inside. Doing some good things here. Hiramaya Lemon taken to ground. Philippina Rhodes running the ball. Nice little bit of footwork and looking for an offload. There was numbers there if they could have got there. Lavasa Avuali in the end elects to hold on to the ball. Centre field now come the Howick Hornets. 6 minutes gone. Still no score in this game. Space on the right edge now. Howick. Nelson. Here's the first try. And it is Talenza Nelson. Collects the ball on the edge. They just stretch them for numbers eventually. And then Talenza Nelson runs that one in. Dots down under the posts. And the Hornets will take the initial 4-0 lead.
Looking at the Farrelly Photos action replay here, definitely a lot of momentum going the Howick Hornets' way as they were attacking the Richmond line. Great footwork here. Drew in 3 defenders, really opened it up on the edge, but look at the footwork from this young lady. She's on fire today as she takes the ball around between the sticks. And what a great start for the Howick Hornets under 14 ladies. And I dare say, Corey, that action replay will probably be thrashed all week, and you'll be able to catch all the action replays as well as the matches that are played today up on the ARL TV YouTube channel. And to get to that, you go to aucklandleague.co.nz. Wasn't sure if the kick was good. Set. Was the kick good? We've just gone to one of our officials, and
Official word is,
I didn't see it.
It was a bit like last night, the confusion over one of the Kiwis tries, whether or not it was Roger Tuivasa-Sheck or Sean Johnson that touched down, and I'm still not sure we've got certainty are on that one. Sean will be claiming it. It was for his hat-trick, but there was some conjecture at the ground as we see play restart, and the kick was away, and Howick have recovered this one, so the Hornets now looking to launch another attack. Filipina Rhodes turns back onto her inside, and it's a good carry from Elia Akaroa. Poteni Herbert. Hedemaya Lemon takes 4 defenders with her. Good strong carry, but the Richmond girls get there in numbers. Nelson, the try scorer from earlier. Look at that footwork at the line. Just throws that defender off and allows her to find her front to get it to a quick play of the ball as well. Down the right side now come the Hornets. Richmond scrambling well. Elia Akaroa to Nelson. Nelson straight ins, ball's loose. And Richmond recover. Well done to the Richmond girls defensively. Now they're on the counter. Reeled in eventually. It's 25 off their own line now, Richmond. They've got a fair bit of work to do to try and get out of this end. A little dart out of dummy half. Steals another 5 metres.
Fantastic to hear the support from the sideline. They're all into it.
Taken down right on halfway. Here's Tapu, jumps out of dummy half. That's a brilliant carry from Tapu.
Great.
Still going as well, and the late offload. Great skill from Tapu. And all of a sudden, they're into attacking territory here, Richmond. Lovely football on this set, driving those legs. 20 out from the line. Left they come. Tapu on the ball, looking for a little half gap.
Oh, step it.
A change of direction. Still going, steps through another one, Tapu. She wanted the offload as well, wrapped up nicely though.
She winded herself on that when she hit the deck, mate. You just fell awkwardly. Took a bit of air out of the cheek, maybe. Maybe a tooth out of the cheek. She holding them out? Yeah, I think may have been winded. Here's the magic water again, Corey.
In the meantime, we got time off while we deal with that one, and it's going to be 5th and final when we return, I think.
There's some great ball players in the Howick Hornets team, isn't there? That little half. Running the ball out in front of her, dropping inside passes, looking really good.
And it's one thing that I think the introduction of these girls' grades has really pushed. I mean, we're used to seeing the Kiwi Ferns play off a real power-based game, but some of the skills that these 14, 15, 16-year-old girls have got, they're carrying the ball in both hands, they're looking to pass and run. It's really, really impressive and bodes well for the future, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And they've got a good skill set as well. You know, like some of them are throwing quite wide passes, you know, trying to hit it on the edge. So we wait for the young one to pop back to her feet.
Probably a nod to the coaching as well, I think. You know, a heads up and a shout out, I guess, to all of the people involved in the coaching here, because I think they're really instilling those fundamentals in the girls at this young age. So great work all round as Richmond get back underway and almost picked off. Levasa Avuali had her sights set on a 90-metre runaway. Unfortunately, the ball goes to ground, and Richmond will get another go here.
There's a couple of power runners in the Richmond side as well.
They're set heavy to the right here, Richmond. Great opportunity to score with a perfect numbers clash in terms of the defensive line, and they're going to take a settler to start. Tapu was the dummy half, and we've got a high shot here. Referee Priest with the call. Tap and a go. Bumping run. Offload as well. Lovely stuff. Richmond are on the board. Put it down to a wonderful carry and offload, and it's Alice Shannon who finishes it. But the work of Cleo Leilua that time just crabbed across field, put the little fend on, and then pops the ball up nicely to finish.
The Farrelly Photos action replay here. You can see, as Corey's just said, you know, shifting it to the right-hand side. Showing a lot of strength here. Had a wee bit of work to do to get the offload done. Ball carrier here had just a little bit of work to do, but enough momentum to go across the line, and 4 points, Richmond on the board. And just as we wait for the kick to come, a little bit of repair to the kicker there. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we're live streaming College Rugby League every Wednesday. Big match coming up this week as Kelston boys will be hosting Mount Albert Grammar, and that will be a fantastic clash. That kicks off at 4 o'clock on Wednesday, and to get to that match you can go to aucklandleague.co.nz, and Corey the caller will be at that one. I dare say I'll be at parents-teacher evening talking about how wonderful my kids are. Well, let's hope.
Yeah, I'd say I've probably got the better deal out of that one, so I'll leave you to your meeting, and I'll enjoy some quality SAS College Rugby League football. And I loved the game we got to call last week, Westlake and Manurewa. It's always exciting footy. They're short games. They go full out, and some of the contact is just outstanding.
Oh, yeah, and we saw a couple of big hits last Wednesday, and make no mistake, Wednesday's game coming up, that's going to be brutal. So make sure you catch the action.
So Tapu away with the kick, and it will remain 4 points apiece. Just under 8 minutes to play in the first half here, and entertaining footy here in the under-14 girls. Both teams keen to move that footy around, and it's been end-to-end stuff thus far.
So Richmond's all set, ready for the kickoff. And this is one thing you will note, that the scoring team actually kicks the ball off. And this is a conversation Corey and I had some time back. And it's just part of the nines format.
I like it. It maintains a sort of natural momentum in the game, and sort of ensures that it's kept nice and close and fair. So
good fend.
Like this format for this age group, as you mentioned there, a nice little fend, and taken down 10 short of the halfway line. Here's a good carry through the middle of the park, but the first up contact is excellent. Well done to Richmond that time.
Tonya Thompson on 3.
Filipina Rhodes. Thompson shifts it on. Come out to the right edge now, a little step back inside. Look at the footwork. Beats one, beats two. Now she's going to fend away from a couple. Nice little carry there from Braxton Sorensen.
Yeah, go the little Sorensen.
4 short of the line, and I'm sure Troy will talk you through the Sorensen links there. Of course, Troy, a good mate of Kurt's. And Braxton, part of the famous Sorensen clan, as Howick break free down the left-hand side and come centre field now, and taken down as Lotuau. An Auckland Māori representative in her age group, Thompson, centre field, looping ball, it comes out to the side, and the ball is put down. Now just back to the Sorensen link there, Troy, and of course we've seen a couple of them come through the Auckland grades here. A wonderful family, and great to see them still contributing to the local game.
Yeah, and you know, if you've got Sorensen DNA in you, you turn out to be a pretty good rugby league player. And I believe Dane was here last night presenting a Kiwi jersey before the test, and he must have been a wee bit torn, even though his blood probably pumps black and white. And having a bit of Tongan blood in there too must have been a special day for the young Sorensen man who was over here for that match. Richmond back on the charge again, taking it to the line.
Nice carry there from Lake and Vite. They're 10 short of halfway here, Richmond. Looking to take the lead into half-time. We've got about 4.5 minutes to play, and up over halfway they go. Excellent carry, still driving those legs. Ball comes loose. Now, were there multiple people in that tackle?
Play on.
Well, so hand over ball. They may have dropped out just in time before the strip came. And now back through the middle of the park they come, and leading the charge with the contact, Shannon. Puts it aground. They're 5 short of halfway here, the Howick Hornets. Scored early in this match, but since then it's been fairly well one-way traffic. The Richmond side have gained a real foothold in this contest. They're 40 out from the line now, the Howick Hornets, charging down the field, and this is the 8, Potini Herbert.
Little Sorensen again on the hop.
Set heavy to the left. Everyone's out that way. And they're going to come centre field now, the Hornets. Looping ball, which finds its way out to Lotuau. Space now on the left. Lotuau looking to sum it up. Sells him on the dummy. Runs it through. Centers it for a kicker. And the Hornets have their second.
Great lead-up play from the Hornets team. Started deep inside their own half, and on the Farrelly Photos action replay, we can see they went down the right edge a couple of times. Big looping pass out along the back line. Good hands there. Managed to maintain it. Got good control. Sizing up the inside defender here. Had players outside. Didn't really need them. Shaped the pass, but said, no, I'll take this 4 points. And cruised in. Howick Hornets on fire.
It's nice hands that time from Casey Lotuau to bring that ball in. The pass was a little behind her and she had to juggle it. And then from there, just ran across field until the gap developed. Was nice and patient. Knew she had players there if she needed them. That wasn't the case. And runs it in for another one for the Hornets. And possibly a crucial one given that we are right on the verge of half-time here. The kick is away to the right and short, so the score will remain Howick Hornets 8, Richmond Bulldogs 4. You're joining us for the 2019 Farrelly Photos Women in League Day. A big shout out to Mike Farrelly for his continued support of the Auckland Rugby League women's competition, and it is team photo time, and if you want the best in the business, then you go to the Farrelly Photos, so check out Mike's website. He's on Facebook as well, and I think later on we may hear from Mike as well.
Yeah, get to have an opportunity to sit down with Mike, and Mike's not just a photographer. His blood is rugby league. He's second generation, and he's involved in match management. He's involved with the rep program, and we get to find out what makes that man tick.
So the kick is a difficult one to bring in, and Howick have regathered that. That's a clever kick, and now I think it's Talenza Nelson on a big charge. Eventually taken down. They're 20 up from the line now, the Howick Hornets. Looking for another one before the break. Great run from Talenza Nelson, who's just having a wow of a game. Tonga now it is, taken to ground. She was part of the championship winning under-13 team last year. A number of the girls backing up again this time around. Thompson turns back onto the inside, links up with Aliyah Akaroa. They're right in front of the uprights now. Numbers left and right. And the pass just didn't come out of the hands right that time. And handover ball. And Richmond want to play some footy down this end. Big offload out the back as we approach the final minute of play here at Cornwall Park. Richmond now will attack the short side. Another offload, the ball's loose. Who's that come off? It's called back for a knock-on against Howick. Did look like there was a hand in there, and a good call from our referee Priest right on the spot.
I'm really impressed with the Howick Hornets number 9. Tried looking. Jane Lee. She's basically orchestrated a wee bit around the ruck, and she's been active. First ball receiver.
So I think we've got a knock on each way at the end of all that. Howick ball. So this should be the last set of the half by our count. And now the girl that Troy's just mentioned, Jamie Lee, breaks free in the space on the right-hand side. In for the third. Just like that, off the scrum, Jamie Lee Anaru breaks free and then eventually links up with Casey Lotuau, her second try.
The Farrelly Photos action replay here, we can see the young girl just talking about. She's been really busy on the ball in the first half. Read this up beautifully. Just kept drawing in that outside winger, drawing her in, and gets the ball away. Not bad effort. Did well to catch that. It was behind her, so just off the left shoulder, and enough space there to carry it through, and Howick Hornets in again, 4 points.
Clever stuff that time. They brought Nelson in on the angle just as the decoy there, and you could see it caught the attention of a couple of the Richmond players, and as a result, the gap opened up on the edge. So nice stuff from the Howick Hornets as we wait for the kick to come. This will be the last act of the first half.
And as you're watching the footy, the wind's sort of blowing probably left to right on our screen and just getting a wee bit of gust up. So hopefully she's had a wheat mix to give this a big thump out there on the far edge.
So kick short, and we will go to the sheds. Howick Hornets 12, Richmond Bulldogs 4. A very short break before we resume with the second half action.